Hey everyone, this is Jagan here, founder of Mangoes AI. Super excited for this week's launch of Reddit DM. I'll give a quick example of how the feature works. It's super cool. So one of the things that we did last week, a couple of weeks ago, is we launched Twitter DM outreach in Mangoes AI. So Twitter DM outreach, how it works is it goes and looks at people who are talking about certain topics that you care about, prioritizes them, looks at what type of post they do, how active they are, do they accept a DM, looks at any mentioning of a website on their profile, and if there is a website, then looks at the website, looks for information on the website, then looks all the information to then realize and score them on a scale of 1 to 100 to decide if they're a good fit or not. So anything below 50 to 60 is not a good fit. Anything above 60 is decently fit. Anything about 80 and 90 is a great fit. This week, we are launching Reddit DM outreach. So I'll give a quick example. There's a couple of ways you can do Reddit outreach. One is you can just do generic searching by keywords. A lot of people do that. Go and look for people who are mentioning or talking about certain things. Go to their profile, look at them. You can do that with Mangoes, but the cooler version of this, something that I generally do, is go by threads. So here is a thread on vibe coding. So you can see that there's tons of conversations that are happening for this one. What are you building? Typically for these type of things are where like my persona lives for Mangoes, but you may be a manufacturing company or you have an app iOS application that you want to look at. There are certain threads that you might see how a lot of my persona are going to be in this particular thread. I want to go look at them. Typically what you do is go look at what they posted, look at what their profile is, do some research about them, look at the website that they do, look at the research on the website, figure out all that stuff, and then come with the DM. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes just for one profile research. And imagine you have 111. It's impossible for you to go through. It's just impossible to go through that period. So what you could do is take this URL, come back to Mangoes. Once you set this up at once, there's an agent configuration. It's super easy when you click on agent, add an agent. It goes through the whole thing using a chat feature. So you just have to explain what your product and services. Mangoes will help you create this agent. Once you do it, I'm going to go click on find prospects. There are two ways that I mentioned. One is by topic. You can just do a generic topic mention and you can find top 10, or you could go by thread URL. So here I'm going to paste this thread URL and you could give specific instruction on, do you want to personalize this particular thing based on whatever topic you want, or you can just leave it empty. So I'm going to go to top three here. So find prospects. I already have a few of them ready to go, but I'm just showing you how the research works. So it's now scrolling through the same thread, looking for people to go research. There you go, and it actually found 42 candidates, 36 worth researching, and then working towards the top three. So now it's going and visiting one of the profile, which is exactly what we saw. And this person is actually mentioning this website quite a bit, and it's checking whether they accepted EM and then scoring them, and it's a below threshold. So what they do is builder with technical depth but no expertise with GTM challenges, distribution of strategy, is an engineering obsession and personal project satisfaction rather than scaling audiences. Okay, fine. And then checking for other websites, whether they accept DM, perfect, 28 below threshold, and it gives a reason of why it's below threshold. The next one is scoring below threshold. Even this is great, right? Like you don't want to go and spend the time on somebody. Yeah, so you can't even message some of them. So it's gonna skip. The next one is going into different profile, whether they accept DM, they do accept DM, reading their website, 75. It's a great fit. So actively building, launching products publicly, and engaging in startup communities, showing clear GTM activity and product launch focus that aligns. Now it's drafting a personalized DM. So there's a few agents that are working together in here. There's a supervisor agent that looks at all of this and say, yep, this looks good, etc. So then goes into the next profile, RD15, they accept DM, reading the profile. I'm going to pause this until it finishes. All right, so it was able to go and figure out two people that we can reach out, and it said, I'm not going to do the third one because I've already done too many researches. You don't want to get dinged by Reddit's, requests coming in and their rate limits. So it's just going to say, I'm going to do this after 4 minutes, taking some time, cooldown period. So you can do 100 replies. Just give the agent the task. It goes and does the thing on its own, and then comes back. And then when you come back, you have everything ready. So let's look at one of them. So no Hans Gomez, active builder launching, publicly engaging in startup community, showing blah blah blah. Hey, band reshipping tonight on product and this is solid timing. You're about to get a wave of feedback. Blah blah blah. I built Mango's AI to boom. Want a quick test run on product launch live? Cool. I'm just gonna send this. So now you'll see agent is now going in and sending that DM for that particular person, and then it just does it. Here's an example I got a reply from one of the persons I reached out. So, it definitely helps. It prioritizes the right people to go reach out, and then scores them and then gives you the ability to go reach out to them. I hope this is helpful. I'm super, super excited. And another thing that is also going on this week is actually this agent run dashboard. So you can actually see what agents are doing, what performances, where the errors are happening, and then the actual logs of all the agent live actions that are happening. I hope you give it a try. And thank you so much.